Welcome to Mark D. Maker. Today we'll be making copper sculpture. Here's a couple examples of some stingrays that I made. And that's what we're going to do today, a stingray. This copper work that we're going to be doing today uses the same principles and the same process as I used to make this guy. I'm heating the copper with a torch to get it annealed. So I will heat it until it's very hot and then I'll cool it quickly. This is just an example of the kind of colors that you can get using heat on copper. Some really beautiful coloring. By heating up the copper and then cooling it off quickly, it has annealed the copper. And what that means is it's made it soft, leather soft. It's just like leather. So it's real easy to work with. So these are some of the tools that you are going to need if you're going to form copper. I got a couple of ball peen hammers. This is actually a nylon hammer. I got this from Harbor Freight. It's about $10 price range. It's used for fabrication. Pretty handy when doing this kind of work. Pair of 10 snips. These are really good. I got this from the big box store, about $30. Much better than these, but if this is all you got, it'll work. You'll just have to use a file to file the edges down quite a bit because this can leave a serrated mark or edge around it. Kind of a pain. They're a small break, like a metal break. You use it, you pinch the metal and bend it, and it'll give you a nice 90-degree bend. Pretty handy. I've used these quite a few times. Here's kind of an example. You can grab something and you give it a sharp bend, and you can put a 90-degree or 45 or whatever on your metal like that. Sanding sponge, and you want to, I've used a file first, filed all this, and then sanding sponge, and now it's nice and smooth. No snags, no barbs. It's annealed. Now once you start hammering on this, it'll become what's called work hardened. Work hardened is when you pound something or bend something that's been annealed, and it literally gets harder and harder, and then you'll have to anneal it again to make it soft, because it can get pretty hard just by work hardening. Now for this guy, I've already drawn a line all the way around where I'm going to take this tool and start to roll the edge a little bit. Now it's going to start to work harden on me as I roll this edge. So I'll finish it off with a hammer on an anvil. And I have a railroad track for an anvil. Before I do that, I'm actually going to start to pound on this. This will be the underside, and I'm just going to go through and start to pound on this. I placed the copper on top of a sandbag. It's very important when shaping it with the hammer. Now you can see how this is starting to really come forward. If I flatten it out, you can see it's starting to look like a stingray, or yeah, like a stingray. And I'll keep working on that. Now this is starting to become really work hardened. You can see, remember how easily it bent before, just like this. And now, you know, there's no bending it that way at all. I could bend it over on itself that way, but that has become work hardened. So as you can see, coming right along. All right, well, working on the tail, I had to use a pair of pliers to bend over the edges of the tail, because this is not meant to do this. This tool is not designed to do curves. It does flat really well, but curves. So I used a pair of pliers, a little bit at a time, and then even needle nose down here. Then kind of straightened them out. Then I will come back and make sure that those angles look good. And now I'll pound them over. So you don't want to do this. You want to keep it in the sweet spot. That's the proper way to use these. Don't let that happen. That's a booger. I saw a couple friends on my way home from work today. All right, so we have some pieces of silver solder here. We have flux. I'm gonna lay this on here like so. Let's give it a try. Well, the silver solder took well. And look at all those colors, those subtle colors bouncing off of that. Well, there it is. You can see the different colors that the heated copper changed naturally. I didn't paint that or anything. Now you can use the torch to manipulate the colors. To seal that color in, just spray it with some clear spray paint, like a Krylon or any of the clear spray paints or a clear lacquer will seal that in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.